Hello, it's June 20th, 2014. I want to talk about this mysterious hum. We've discussed it before. I've done a story on it before, but in this article here, there's a new theory posed about this mysterious hum in clusters in the same areas where mass shootings and mass killings have occurred. We're going to get to that theory afterwards. First, let's do a little background on the hum. As this Policy Mic article says, it refers to a mysterious sound heard in places around the world by a small fraction of a local population. It's characterized by a persistent and invasive low-frequency rumbling or droning noise, often accompanied by vibrations. While reports of unidentified humming sounds pop up in scientific literature dating back to the 1830s, modern manifestations of the contemporary hum have been widely reported by national media in the United Kingdom, United States, and Australia since the early 1970s. Regional experience of the phenomenon vary, and the hum is often prefixed with a region where the problem centers, like the Windsor hum in Ontario, Canada, Taos hum in New Mexico, or the Auckland hum for Auckland, New Zealand. Somewhere between 2 and 10% of people can hear the hum, and inside isolation is no escape. Most sufferers find the noise to be more disturbing indoors and at night. Much to their dismay, the source of the mysterious humming is virtually untraceable. Now, the symptoms of this, while uneven experience of the hum in local populations has led some researchers to dismiss it as mass delusion, the nuisance and pain associated with the phenomenon make delusion a dissatisfying hypothesis. Intrigued by the mysterious noise, McPherson launched World Hum Map and Database in December 2012 to collect testimonies of other hum sufferers. He discovered that was what to him was a strange rumbling was actually having pernicious effects on hundreds of people, from headaches to irritability to sleep deprivation. There are reports that weeks of insomnia caused by the Bristol hum drove at least 3 UK residents to suicide. It completely drains energy, causing stress and loss of sleep, a sufferer told a British newspaper in 1992. I've been on tranquilizers, have lost count of the number of nights I've spent holding my head in my hands, crying and crying. Thousands of people across the world have shared similar experiences of the hum. Some, like McPherson, are devoting their time to finally uncovering its source. Now, here's the map of these are self-reported all across America here. Now, pay attention to these clusters because we're going to get to the hypothesis by a man later in this article. First, let's go here to what causes the hum. What's behind it? After nearly 4 decades, hum investigators may finally have some idea. The general consensus among sufferers is that the hum is comprised of very low frequency or extremely low frequency, referred to as VLF or ELF, radio waves, which can penetrate buildings and travel over tremendous distances. Both the ELF and VLF waves have been shown to have potentially adverse effects on the human body. While the common refrain about ELF radiation in popular culture normally involves your cell phone giving you cancer, research by the World Health Organization and the Institute for Electrical and Electronics Engineers has shown that external ELF magnetic fields can induce currents in the body which, at very high field strengths, cause nerve and muscle stimulation and changes in nerve cell excitability in the central nervous system. And VLF waves, like other low-frequency electromagnetic radiation, have also been shown to have a direct impact on biological functions. So, now let's get to the theory. The theory here is right here. Okay, they're going to do testing on it, but these tests can't come soon enough for Steve I believe it's Kohlhase. Sorry if I'm mangling his name, but he's the one with this theory. He's a mechanical engineer hunting for the hum in Connecticut. Kohlhase, like Dr. Novat and researchers who trace the Windsor hum to Zug Island, hypothesizes that the source of the kinetic hum is industrial rather than military and generated by a network of nearby high-volume gas pipelines. Now, the pressing public health issue to this is not a casual annoyance. He says the resulting infrasonic sounds blanketing the region could result in widespread Vibroacoustic disease, an occupational disease occurring from long-term exposure to large pressure, amplitude, and low-frequency noise, the symptoms of which include those often described by hum sufferers: depression, mood swings, insomnia, and other stress-induced pathologies. Now here we go to the theory. State and local governments may finally be paying attention. Worried about the potential behavioral effects of the Connecticut hum, Kolis dispatched concerned emails to state and local officials laying out his research. He was so persistent that he contacted the Connecticut State Police investigators almost 6 weeks after the shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut, insisting that the hum allegedly produced by nearby gas pipelines could have had something to do with Adam Lanza's behavior leading up to the shooting. While law enforcement officials field a flood of calls from conspiracy theorists and pranksters following any major incident, investigators deem the information Cole Haas provided appropriate for inclusion in the 7,000 images, audio files, videos, and documents released to the public. Now he says the reason that it could have affected Lanza is that the sound and vibrations can have extremely subtle detrimental effects on someone who's fragile-minded. Imagine if you're mentally ill or have a brain tumor or are just, well, fragile of mind. I'm absolutely not an expert, he says, but if sound sensitivity is such a serious issue to those on the autism spectrum, perhaps extremely low-frequency sounds can result in pernicious effect. He points to Aaron Alexis, the defense subcontractor who battled mental health issues and scrawled "My Elf Weapon" into the stock of his shotgun before he killed 12 people at the Washington Navy Yard in 2013. Alexis told his psychiatrist he'd been chased by vibrations. Now you look at the map, he says, of instances like this in Washington or Gabby Gifford shooting in Arizona, and I bet you see that each of the places coincides with the hum cluster. So back to the map up here. If you take a good look at it, just doing the recent ones, the Colorado shooting in, I believe it was Aurora, Colorado, at the Batman movie. Take a look at Colorado. Lots of reports there. Connecticut, Sandy Hook. Look, I mean, this is a mess of clusters here. Can't even separate them state by state by looking at this map. And then you have the Washington, D.C., which he already mentioned, and Arizona, where Gabby Gifford was shot. So if you do take a look, I just did these 4 just to show it as an example, but if you take a look at the recent mass shootings, and by recent I'm even just going back 10 years, you will see that the majority of them happened in places where these clusters of people hearing this humming noise is occurring. So, is this mysterious hum, does this mysterious hum have anything to do with literally driving these people crazy enough to go on mass shooting sprees? Something to think about. It's another theory. It's new. It's original. And it's something that evidently people are researching. Thank you.